In this video, we are breaking down the 10 fundamental rules of pharma quality. We'll start with the basics of process design and move through the critical standards that every world-class facility must follow. These aren't just administrative hurdles. They are the framework that ensures every dose is safe and every batch is consistent. Make sure you watch until the very end, because our final rule reveals the one essential practice that keeps your entire operation compliant and ready for any inspection, no matter how rigorous. Let's get started. Rule number 1, quality by design. Most people think quality happens at the end of the assembly line during a final inspection. They're wrong. In pharma, quality must be baked into the recipe from day one. Quality by design, or QBD, means we understand exactly how every variable, from the humidity in the room to the precise speed of a mixer, affects the final product. We don't just hope for a good pill. We use scientific data to design a process that is statistically incapable of producing a bad one. By identifying critical quality attributes early, we ensure that the product is born perfect, rather than fixed later. Rule number 2, qualification and validation. In this industry, "I think it works" is the most dangerous sentence you can utter. Validation is the documented, ironclad proof that your equipment, your software, and your processes do exactly what they claim to do, every single time. If you install a new freezer meant to store life-saving vaccines at exactly -80 degrees, you don't just plug it in and walk away. You qualify it through a rigorous series of tests. You challenge it with power outages, you map its temperature under full loads, and you prove it works before a single vial ever touches the shelf. Validation is what transforms a machine into a compliant medical tool. Rule number 3, SOPs. In your kitchen at home, you might eyeball a teaspoon of salt or a cup of flour. In a pharmaceutical cleanroom, that is a major violation. Standard operating procedures, or SOPs, are the holy grail of consistency. They are exhaustive, step-by-step instructions that ensure whether it's a Monday morning or a Friday night, and whether it's a 10-year veteran or a new hire performing the task, the result is identical. In pharma, creativity is reserved for the research lab. On the production floor, we follow the script to the letter. If there is a better way to do something, we update the SOP first. We never deviate on the fly. Rule number 4, roles and responsibilities. When everyone is responsible for a task, the reality is that no one is responsible. GMP requires a crystal-clear hierarchy. Every person on the floor must know exactly what they are authorized to do, and even more importantly, what they are strictly forbidden from doing. This clarity prevents scope creep and ensures that high-stakes decisions, like releasing a $1 million batch for shipment, are only made by those with the specific legal authority and technical expertise to do so. Clear roles eliminate the "I thought someone else was doing it" excuse that often leads to catastrophic errors. Rule number 5, documentation. This is the cornerstone upon which the entire industry is built. There is a famous saying in pharma, "If it isn't written down, it didn't happen." Documentation is the exhaustive paper trail of safety. It includes every weight recorded, every signature captured, and every timestamp logged. If a regulator walks into your facility 5 years from now and asks about batch number 402, your documentation must be able to tell the complete, uninterrupted story of that drug's life. It isn't just paperwork, it is the legal and ethical evidence of your integrity and the product's safety. Rule number 6, training. Even the most sophisticated, multi-million-dollar machine in the world is useless if the person operating it doesn't understand the why behind the buttons they are pushing. In a GMP environment, training isn't a one-time orientation event. It's a continuous, never-ending cycle. We don't just train for technical skill, we train for situational awareness and a quality-first mindset. A well-trained employee is your facility's first line of defense against contamination, mechanical failure, and human error. If an employee hasn't been certified on a specific task, they don't touch the equipment. No exceptions. Rule number 7, hygiene. It's a harsh truth, but the biggest threat to a drug's purity is the people making it. Humans are walking biohazards, constantly shedding skin cells, hair, and bacteria. This rule covers everything from the basics of rigorous hand washing to the incredibly complex gowning procedures used in sterile environments. We don gowning suits, masks, and gloves not just for personal safety, but to create a barrier that protects the medicine from us. We don't clean for aesthetics or to look good for visitors. We clean and sanitize to prevent microscopic cross-contamination that could have fatal consequences for a patient. Rule number 8, maintenance. You wouldn't drive a car for 100,000 miles without a single oil change and expect it to be safe at high speeds. Pharmaceutical equipment is no different. Preventive maintenance ensures that critical tools don't fail in the middle of a high-stakes production run. If a seal breaks or a sensor drifts even slightly out of calibration, the entire batch is potentially compromised. We use data-driven schedules to fix things before they break. Robust maintenance keeps the flow of medicine constant and prevents the firefighting mentality that leads to rushed, poor quality decisions. Rule number 9, quality everywhere. Quality cannot be a department that sits in an office down the hall. It must be a living culture. It starts at the loading dock where raw materials first arrive and doesn't end until the product reaches the pharmacy counter. It's reflected in the way we handle trash, the way we speak in shift change meetings, and the way we courageously admit to mistakes when they happen. When quality is everywhere, it becomes the default setting for every employee, from the CEO to the janitorial staff. It's the difference between doing things right when someone is watching, and doing things right because it's the only way you work. Rule number 10, regular audits. This is the reality check that keeps the entire system from drifting into complacency. Audits, both internal self-inspections and external reviews, are how we prove to ourselves and the world that we are actually doing what we say we're doing. They are designed to find the hidden gaps, the workarounds, and the small errors before they grow into public health crises or legal nightmares. Think of an audit not as an interrogation, but as a high-stakes dress rehearsal for an official FDA or EMA inspection. It's how we stay sharp, stay compliant, and most importantly, keep our promise to the patients who rely on us. 10 rules. 1 goal, patient safety. When we follow these pillars, we aren't just manufacturing chemical compounds, we're manufacturing trust. We are making a promise that every bottle and every vial is exactly what the label says it is. Now that you have the foundation of a world-class pharma standard, you're ready to uphold the integrity of the industry. Thanks for watching.